Hope you're doing good. Micah back with another video. Back here to talk about One UI 7 Beta 1, doing a follow-up video as to how the software has been overall since running it just over a week. Today is Monday, March 16th or 17th. And funny enough, right before the recording of this video, if I swipe down, I can show you a screenshot here. The Beta 2 has now finally dropped. So one of the things I want to show you guys here are some of the things that have been fixed, and we'll get into that shortly after this in the next video. So that lets you know I have not downloaded it yet. What I actually wanted to talk about in this video, amongst other things, was some of the things that I am impressed by in terms of just how stable the release has been, because I really haven't had any errors outside of good lock, and that's because a lot of those modules are not, if not working with One UI 7 on the Galaxy Z Fold 6 yet, could also be due in part to it being beta software. But I have been thoroughly impressed by the overall smoothness and fluidity of the software, of the day-to-day tasks with this phone that I have been enjoying overall. Outside of that slight little stutter, which seems like it just happened with Google Discover anyway, it has not been stuttery from that perspective. Now, there's some stuttering that has been fixed with Beta 2 that, of course, we'll get to experience once we officially install it on the device. But I have been enjoying this experience overall. When you see what I kind of have going on for my home screen here, I changed my clock widget to one of the newer clock widgets in terms of the clock widget style. And as you guys can see, the font or the style of the clock, it's even shaped different, and it's much more hexagonal. And if you look at the actual hands, they're a little bit more blockier. I actually find that aesthetic to be pleasing and nice, along with the new weather widget that they've added as well. They've added different sizes and ones that include different information, and this is one of the ones that I kind of like right now. I was using the more blocky, spacious weather widget, but I decided to forego that in terms of something more small and sleek to give my wallpaper a chance to stand out amongst my other widgets that I'm using, such as the calendar widget right here, something I hope that they fix, which I think they may have tweaked with One UI Beta 2 for One UI 7. So from a software experience, both cover screen and main screen wise, in the unfolded experience, it has been a joy to use. And one of the things I've changed in terms of my aesthetic is adding the new folder style widget, if you will. It's not necessarily a widget, it's just a folder. The folder experience with One UI 7, where you can actually expand the folder. So if you press and hold, you have the option here to shrink or expand. And by expanding it, this is the look you get. So depending on how many apps you have in a folder, you can access them right there. And if you need to access more, you just click the settings button right there. And now you can have access to the rest of the apps in that folder. So that's something that I actually appreciate and enjoy about the new folder experience. And it adds more of a holistic approach to my setup here, where again, my wallpaper can still stand out. It almost feels desktop experience level with widgets in terms of the clock widget that I also have here on my main screen, along with the Google search bar widget, the Samsung Health widget that I actually basically swapped places with the calendar, because the calendar just seemed like it fit more in place underneath my weather widget here, which is one of the new weather widgets again that has been implemented or integrated into One UI 7. So from a software perspective, I've thoroughly enjoyed this experience. One of the things I'm still kind of getting used to is a notification versus quick shade kind of approach. Of course, I could, what's the word I'm looking for? I could change it and revert it back to the classic style when it comes to swiping down. But using good lock here, because some modules do work, I like the experience of just swiping down, experiencing the notification panel unto itself, and then, of course, swiping over to experience my quick shade or my quick settings right here. And so one of the things that I'm still getting used to is that, amongst other things, since it seems like Nowbar only works with one app right now, and or if you're listening to two different sources and one of in the previous source you listened to disappears, you kind of have to come in here to media output to then be able to access that last music or media player source that you were using. So it's just small little habits that have to be reshaped and reformed as a result of Samsung switching up One UI 7 from the previous One UI 6. And I think some of those changes are for good, for sure. One of the things I'm still trying to get used to is the lock screen here, and that's because this clock widget here continues to kind of glitch out. It does not remain permanent, if you will. Like if I was to change it, the wallpaper will return. So what I'm trying to explain is, sorry for that, is I have a different wallpaper set up for my sleep mode. And once sleep mode is over and it goes back to my relax mode, it will go back to the previous wallpapers that was set, including the widgets. And once with One UI 7, when it reverts back to my relax, the new clock styles do not actually revert back for me as of right now. Hopefully they fix that with One UI Beta 2, which we'll find out shortly. But nonetheless, that's an issue I've been having there with the AOD/lock screen, but also just severely how off-centered and off-kilter the notifications has been throughout the experience of One UI 7 Beta 1, because they're just completely just jank right now. And even sometimes a now bar. I think this has to do with, again, the fact that the AOD will move around to avoid burn-in, but also due in part to it being unstable software. We're going to experience these kind of issues. And so I don't know if we really experience those issues here as well. Let's see, once it kind of goes back to sleep, will it be similar on the main screen's lock screen? Yes, it's similar here too, where it just wants to jump off the screen. So those are some of the issues that I've experienced with One UI 7 beta. But from a software perspective, I've been thoroughly enjoying using the fold experience, being able to operate in here, but also being able to operate on the cover screen more comfortably as well. Just feels like the way they've resized widgets and spaced them out, padded them out accordingly, it just feels more alive, if you will, with One UI 7. That's something that I very, very much so enjoy. The other aspect of One UI 7 that has been a pleasant surprise is battery life. Now, this morning I've been on phone calls all morning, so that's why my battery's a little bit lower. I took it off around 8:40 in the morning, so 4 hours I've lost about 20%. Not entirely too bad, but overall, the last few days, what I've noticed is battery life being superbly fantastic. The first couple days after this update, my battery was draining, like it felt like 1% every 5-10 minutes. But the last couple days, nearing like day 8, day 9, day 10, I've been able to, after a full days of activity, taking the phone off the charger around 9, 10 o'clock, and then going to bed around 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, basically the next day, I still have 40% battery life, or I still have 30% battery life, and that's using the phone, that's streaming, that's watching some videos, that's, scrolling through certain apps, just being entertained or learning through apps, the phone being on the go, Bluetooth, my Galaxy Buds 3 Pro, all of these things that are to somewhat sip on the battery life has not sipped and seeped the battery the way I thought it would have. And that's because Samsung has done a very, very, very good job with One UI 7, especially with the beta experience, honing in the battery life and honing in the optimization of the software. And so that's something that's going to really reign supreme with One UI 7, in my opinion. Now, I'm going to experience bad battery life all over again when I probably download and install One UI 7 Beta 2. But I'm not going to be entirely mad at it because I'm looking forward to some of the fixes that we get to see. And so be on the lookout for that video. That video may drop tomorrow, if not Wednesday of this week. I've been running behind on my schedule because I've just been crazy busy. So forgive me for not being as consistent with my 3 videos a week as I have been. So, but I do appreciate you guys still sticking around, watching the videos, and appreciating, like I am, what Samsung is bringing to us this year with Samsung One UI. So let me know down in the comment section below, what are some of the features or changes that you look forward to or that you've noticed if you are running One UI 7 or you're on the beta program experience with your device? I'd love to know down in the comment section below. But again, as always, if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys ignite the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, it's all free. That way you know some videos, so you and I can sit back, check, see what's cracking. And don't forget to hit that super thanks button down there, the like and dislike button, Cash App and PayPal, and check the channel out for all the videos available to you. That's where they keep tech fresh and alive on this channel. It's your man Micah signing out. Until the next video, wait for it.